Before we get into today's video, I just want to let you know that it means the world to me that you actually clicked on this video. And my hope is that you can share this with somebody that you know that just needs a little bit of encouragement and needs a little bit of push to get better because you see the potential in them. So I appreciate it. Let's get to the show. You don't ever get a second chance to make a first impression. So today, we're going to talk about how not to screw that up. But before the video, please like, share, subscribe, do all that cool stuff for me. All right, guys, let's get to the video. Welcome to Car Talk, where I give you my 20 years of experience on my 20-minute drive to work. Step one of the sale, and really probably the most crucial step, is the meet and greet. And it's as simple as it seems. It really is important. Super important. Because it really just sets the tone on how the rest of the transaction is going to go. I mean, think about the meet and greet. You go to a concert or you go, anywhere where there's celebrities, you pay for that. You pay for a meet and greet. And how excited are you? Like if you go to a concert and you're about to see your favorite band and you pay for a meet and greet, how excited are you to stand in line to meet your favorite artist, shake their hand, and what are you gonna do? Tell them how awesome they are, maybe get an autograph. But when it comes to sales, we're not giving that same excitement and same enthusiasm to the customer that walks in the front door. Depending on how your dealership is set up, when a customer walks in the front door, are you still sitting down at your desk, waving at them, telling them hi from your chair? Or are you actually getting up, walking up to the customer and greeting them? Hey, welcome to the dealership. Welcome to the dealership. What brings you in today? Were you here for parts, sales, or service? What are you saying to these people when they first walk in? How are you setting the tone? Are you asking the customer, have they been to the dealership before? As dumb as it sounds, I used to practice the meet and greet over and over and over and over again until I perfected it. I actually had about a 5-minute conversation that I would have back and forth with the customer because I knew at this point in the sale, I wanted to tell the customer a little bit about who they're dealing with. And I wanted to know a little bit about who I'm trying to help. I tell them, I got to tell them where I'm from, what made me work at this dealership, where do they live, where are they from. And I think a lot of people get this messed up because they think that the meet and greet is, hey, welcome to ABC Motors, my name is Ryan and you are. Like, yeah, that's the foundation of it. But it's such a crucial moment in the sale because chances are they're walking into the dealership not wanting to be there, already have hesitations to going into the dealership. They think they're going to be lied to. They think the car that they're showing up for isn't going to be there. They don't want to give you any of the information because if they seem too excited, they feel like they're going to get ripped off. They've read online like, don't do this and don't do that. And, they got all this stuff going in their head. And then when they meet you, if you are anything like what they've read about or they've been told about or their past experience, it's just an uphill battle. So the first time when you meet this customer, are you dressed nice? Is your shirt tucked in? Or is your pants wrinkly? Is your shirt wrinkly? Are you presentable to the customer? Are you greeting them with a handshake and a smile? Or are you just being lazy about it? Hey, how can I help you? Hey, thanks for coming in. How can I help you? And then what? Are you just walking them over to your desk and let's shop online? Let's shop these cars online. If you're going to be a true professional in sales, each step of the sale matters, and each step of the sale needs to be mastered before you can actually get better at the next one. You know, you can go through all the steps of the sale and know them, but you got to master each one of them. And this is the first one, okay? And I think it's the easiest, but the most crucial. Because what do we got to do? We got to show up, look presentable, okay? Make sure our pants are ironed, make sure our shirt's tucked in, make sure our shirt's looking good, there's no stains on your shirt, you don't smell, you don't got a bunch of cologne on that maybe turns them off because it's too strong. And you greet them with a big smile because you're happy that they actually showed up today. You're excited that they showed up. I've seen so many people greet a customer and it's almost like they can't believe the customer actually showed up. And it's like they're interrupting their day. And it's just like a piss poor interaction between the customer, and they feel that, right? Because people feel body language, tone of the voice, they feel all that. So if you walk up and your shoulders are kind of shrugged down, and you just don't seem very excited, you don't got a lot of energy, and hey, welcome to the dealership, can I help you find somebody? And they're like, yeah, I'm looking for a car. Oh, okay. Do you know what kind of car it is? And they're like, oh yeah, it's this Ford F-150. Oh, okay, well, come over to my desk and let's sit down and let's see if I can find it for you. The customer's already done. They're done at that point. They're just like, man, this gal's crazy. They don't even want to be helpful. It's like in their mind, and they're not going to tell you, but in their mind, they're like, wow, I'm sorry to inconvenience this person. Why would you do that? Who cares if you just were with a customer for 2 hours and it didn't go well, and so you're kind of in a funky mood? If that's the case, go outside and figure it out before you get the next customer. Don't burn that customer for the dealership and waste that customer's experience, because they might have that experience with you and never come back to the dealership ever again. Instead, check your attitude. Make sure you're excited. When a customer walks in, man, it's go time. You're excited. You have another opportunity to provide for yourself, provide for your family, and you get to hone your skills and practice, because now you have a live customer that you've been waiting all day to help out. You've been waiting all day to finally get somebody that wants to help you out in person, that you can help out. This is your chance. This is your opportunity. Now you get to spend the next 2 hours hopefully with somebody, build a connection, build a relationship with them, help them find the perfect car, explain to them why you're the reason that they should be going with this dealership and the vehicle that you find them, because the experience that they're going to have somewhere else is going to be terrible. You're the one that's going to help them out. So instead of shrugging your shoulders, having poor body language, having no excitement in your voice, you show up in front of that customer with a huge smile and tell them, you know what, I appreciate you. I appreciate you showing up today. Thank you so much for coming in today. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today? Nice to meet you. Man, what a beautiful day today. What brings you guys in today? What brings you into the dealership? Perfect. Love it. What makes you guys want to look at an F-150 today? You currently drive an F-150? Nice. Cool, man. Do you guys get a tow with it? What are you guys doing with it? Be excited. Be excited for it. Think about it. When you buy something new, how excited do you get when you buy something new? Especially if you're you've been waiting. you're excited about it. How excited do you get? Can somebody ruin that for you? If you go somewhere and you're super excited, can they ruin that for you? Can they ruin your excitement? Yeah, they can. They probably have before. So get excited. Be glad that they came into the dealership today. I just don't understand why the first foundation of sales is so terrible industry-wide. And to be honest, if I'm being honest, like I said, a lot of times it's like the customer's an inconvenience. They don't care what time they come in. They're coming in when they're available. Okay? They don't know that you haven't had lunch today. They don't know that you just spent an hour and a half with the customer that didn't go anywhere. They don't know that. They don't know that you've worked 4 days in a row and you're tired and you got 15 minutes before you leave the dealership for your days off. They don't know any of that. But your body language and your tone of the voice sure tells them, like, hey, you're an inconvenience. I haven't had lunch today. I just wasted an hour and a half with this customer, and I'm about 15 minutes before I gotta go home. How can I help you? Let me see if I even have what you're looking for. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing. So if you're truly, truly wanting to be a professional and actually get good at this, just master this simple step. And if you just care, it's going to make a world of difference. It's going to make a world of difference if you just care. Like I said, I would stand in front of the mirror and I would practice handshake and body language and tone of my voice and my smile. And I would just practice it over and over and over again because I wanted to perfect it. And then every single time I did it, I watched customers' body language and I watched how it progressed into the next stage of the sale. Did it go smooth? Did it go bad? Should I adjust what I'm doing? Should I change anything up? You know, am I getting too close to the customer? You know, am I trying to shake the hand too early? I would just perfect everything. But most of you, customer walks in the door and your meet and greet is different every single time. It's different. Every customer that walks in, it changes every hour. It changes with your mood. And it's just, you can't even do the meet and greet right. How are you going to do the next stages of the sale? Because if the first impression is terrible, you got an uphill battle. You just got an uphill battle. And I just can't stress enough that if you want to be good at this and you want to make your first $10,000 in sales or get consistent at making the $10,000 or more, you have to be consistent with your process. You have to be consistent with yourself and the training and your learning and the amount of time you're willing to put in. You know, you can't just show up, do no training, don't practice, go home, don't listen to nothing about sales, come back the next day and do it all over again. You can't do that. You actually have to practice. Think about all the professional sports people. They practice every day. They read the manual. They watch the film. They practice on the field. They all practice. They all put in time. They all put in the boring time. The hard work, that's what they put in. All so they can spend one day to play the game. So think about that, guys. Okay? Don't get a second chance at a first impression.
We all show up, but we ain't built the same. One's chasing glory, one's playing the game. One's got the gift, don't break a sweat. The other's out here grinding with nothing left. One wants the crowd, the lights, the fame. The other's in the dark, just building got talent, one's got hustle.